dictionary, structure English, decision table and decision trees. All of these are discussed in next lectures. Now the coding phase. The system design need to be implemented to make it workable system. This phase code the design of system into the programming language, that is a computer understanding language. We convert the design into the programming language so that we can run that software to make it workable. This is also known as a programming phase, in which programmer convert the program specifications into computer instruction called programs. It is very important stage to define the procedure which control the system. This program must be the program which we develop must be modular in nature, so that we can maintain the system for the future, maintain the system easily, or if we need a future changes in it, it can be done easily and fast. Now the next phase is testing. Testing is the most important phase in the SDLC, because every system we develop have a bugs in it, and it is a phase where we remove the bug. For the efficient working of a system, we have a efficient testing. We have to do a efficient testing of the system. After codifying the system, a test data should be developed. When we code the system, when we code the information system, we define a test data for it and run it on the system and find the various bugs in the system. The output of the system, the output of the test run should be matched to the expected result. If these are not matching, we do the needed changes in the system. Firstly, testing is firstly done at the developer end, which develop the system, and after that it is done at the user end. At the user end, we put the user requirement, user data into the system and find the bugs in the system. It is very important phase. Testing is done at the each and every phase of the system, as it is, if the error discovered earlier, it costs less, but if it is discovered at the later stage, it gives us a more cost to us. Now the various the cost which we have to given for the bugs. If we find the bug, if we find the error at the requirement phase, then it costs us to 1 rupee one time. But if we find that error at the design phase, it goes up to 3 to 6 times, and if we find it as a coding time, it goes us to 10 times. At the development testing, when a developer tests it, it goes as 15 to 40 times, and at the user testing, user end, it goes to the 30 to 70 end. But if it occurs at the operation time, the error occur at the operation time, it goes to 42,000 times than the earlier course. Then it is necessity, it is needed to fix the error at the first stage of the system, so that it don't cost more to us. Now the various testing techniques used by the software. There are the number of testing techniques, number of different levels of the software where these testing techniques are used. These techniques are unit testing, integration testing, validation testing and system testing. Now discuss this. Unit testing. Unit testing is performed on the smallest unit of the system. When we giving the smallest, we providing the testing on the smaller unit, then it is defined on the unit testing. It ensure the proper flow of the system. It ensure the proper flow of the information from one part to the another part. Integration testing. This testing focus on the design and the construction of a software. When we are designing and constructing a software, the integration testing focus on this testing. Validation testing. The software constructed is compared with the software requirement listed. We match the requirements and the output of the software in this case. System testing. It is a fully exercise of the system. We fully test the system. We give the first input to the system and get the final output from the system. It consists of series of integration and validation testing. It consists of group of integration and the validation testing. Now the implementation phase. After the testing has been done, we have to give that system to the user where it is actually have to operate, where it actually have to work. For this, we also say implementation is a phase in which theory is turned into the practice. Here where the work we have done is implemented, is practiced into the system. The hardware and the software required to run the system made fully operational before implementation. All the hardware and the software which we required to run that system is fully implemented, fully installed before the implementation of the system. For this, we have to do the various steps. We have to convert the data from old system to the new system. We have to train the user. We have to provide them documentation. All these things are do in this phase. The steps involved in this phase are acquisition of installation of hardware and software. We have to install all the resources, hardware and the software resources needed for the working of the system, working of the new system. Conversion, we have to convert a system from one system to the another, from the old one to the new one. We have to make the direct changeover, parallel run or the pilot run. We have to convert the system from by using these three methods. We convert it directly, or we run the both of the system parallelly, or we use the data of the previous system in the new system in the pilot run. Now the user training. In this phase, we tell the user, we tell them how to execute the system, how to enter the data into the system, how to process the output, and how to process the system, how to take the output of the package to the user. Documentation. The two type of the documentation are provided to the user. First one is system documentation and other one is user documentation. Now the last phase of the SDLC is the maintenance phase, when all the implementation is done. With the working life, there is some errors are occur in the system. If we work the system into the operation side, some errors are occur there. To eliminate that kind of error, we have to use the maintenance phase. Beside this, we also have to time review of the system as the working condition, working environment is changes. For that, we have to maintain the system. For this, we have to the full capability. We have to know the full capability of the system. We have to know about the changes and the more requirement of the system, and also have to study the performance of the system. The various activities that cover in the maintenance phase are assisting users, fixing software defects, recovering the system, adaptation of new requirement. We have to fix, we have to assist the user to accept the new system. We have to fix the various bugs, various faults in the system. Now to recover the system, if the system crashes due to the technical condition or anything in the system, we have a technical support to provide it to restore the system, and it adapt to the new requirements. If with the changing requirements, we have to adapt it. Now the various output given by each and every phase. Here is a process and there is a product given by that stage. First one is system study. It gives us a project introduction to us. Then there is a feasibility study. It gives us a project plan. System analysis. It gives us a project proposed. System design gives us a system specification, and the implementation gives us a new system and maintenance plan. Now the problems with the SDLC, the various problems that are occur in system development life cycle are bottom-up implementation, sequential approach, high maintenance cost, lack of structured design, and failure to meet user needs. These all are discussed one by one. First one is bottom-up implementation. In this bottom-up implementation, we are designing the system into the small modules and create it and test these module one by one. There is nothing till whole the system is prepared. We have nothing to run, we have nothing to show to the user till the whole system is created by us. If the major error found in the system, then the recoding of these modules are needed at that time. This is a problem in the SDLC. Second approach that is followed by SDLC is a sequential approach. The SDLC model follow the sequential pattern of the phases for developing the software system. For this, we just develop a system in a sequential manner. It look good in the documenting, but is not good for practical use. Now, the high maintenance cost. The maintenance phase mainly tells us the inabilities and unreliability of the SDLC. If there is a more change, more maintenance in the system, then it led to the more maintenance cost, and there is no one who tells us about the maintenance cost in the software. Lack of structured design. We are designing the system, we are designing the methods to develop a system, but all the method used by using these are traditionally used, and they are mandatory by the top level management, but this is not needed to use by the developing system. Now, failure to meet user need. Sometime if the system is failed to meet the user need, then the project become very lengthy and laborious, and these projects involve the actual user throughout the project development, which led to the dissatisfaction among the user. If I want to make a good system, if I want to prepare a system that is better, then for that we have to involve the user each and every time, which is not possible in this case. Beside this problem, it provides little quality control and the quality insurance. By using this SDLC, we don't have any phase which gives us the quality of the system, which decide the quality of the system we are defining, we are designing. It doesn't provide any quality insurance to the user. Due to these problem, a new approach, the other approach is used by the user for developing a system. This approach is known as a structured approach to system analysis and design. This approach is discussed in next lectures, and this is a new approach which cover up all these problems of the SDLC. Now, summary for this lecture. In today's lecture, we have discussed SDLC. SDLC is a method to create information system. If we want to create the information system, it is created by using the SDLC. The various phases in SDLC are preliminary study, feasibility study, system analysis, system design, coding, testing, implementation and maintenance. Preliminary study gives us a system proposal. Feasibility study gives us the effective use of resources and the cost effectiveness. Now, system analysis gives us the facts to improve the system functioning. Designing phase gives us a physical design of the system from the logical design. The coding phase code the design, the physical design codes the physical design into the programming language. Implementation phase gives the theory into the practice. It gives the theory into the practice. It involves the various steps for the hardware and the software installation, user training and the documentation. Testing phase is used to remove the bugs from the system. Maintenance phase is used to remove the errors during the working conditions. It also maintain the system variations. The various problems in SDLC are bottom-up implementation, sequential approach, high maintenance cost, lack of structured design and failure to meet the user need. The approach followed by the system analyzing and design is structured approach to system analysis and design that is used by the system. This is all about my lecture. Thanks.